All right. So here we go. A very good afternoon from Vigyan Prasad, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. I am sitting in Delhi, and so is Mrs. Bindu Muralidharan. She teaches chemistry at Cambridge School, Noida. And today she is going to anchor this amazing live session with the Bharati Research Station that the Government of India has set up in Antarctica. We are set for exciting times. We are going to hear so much from our scientists and experts who are stationed in Antarctica, who will tell us what all life is all about, what all science and other things that make up their life while they are there. So I'm going to not waste a single minute more. Binduji, the stage is all yours. And Anoopji and his entire team in Antarctica, a very, very warm welcome from the Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate festival, which is a part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav in Delhi. Over to you, Binduji.
Thank you so much, sir. Hello, everyone. Namaste. So I, Bindu Muralidharan from Cambridge School, Noida, welcome you all for this interaction. Thank you so much. So this is, as we all know that we are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which is marking the 75 glorious years of India's independence and a part of Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate celebration of the Government of India. Engage with Science has organized a daily 1-hour live session from Antarctica to know about the Indian nationals working there on various research fields like geophysics, microbiology, geomagnetics, etc. This live interaction is an endeavor to know the efforts made by great Indian scientists, engineers, doctors, and their contribution in their fields. Not to miss the supporting staff like chefs, maintenance staff, and others who accompany with them in these expeditions to make their life easier, to make this researchers to achieve their mission successful. Today, it is a day 2 of live interaction from Antarctica. For the students who joined today, a little bit of history of the mission. The Indian Antarctic program is a multidisciplinary, multi-institutional program under the control of National Center for Polar and Ocean Research, Ministry of Earth Sciences, Government of India. It was initiated in 1981 with the first Indian expedition to Antarctica. The program gained global acceptance with India's signing of the Antarctic Treaty and subsequent construction of Dakshini Gangotri Antarctic Research Base in 1983, followed by the Maitri Base. And the newest base commissioned in 2012 is Bharati, which you are here. Under the program, atmospheric, biological, earth, chemical, and medical sciences are studied in India, which has carried out 30 scientific expeditions. It's 41 till now. The origin of Indian missions to Antarctic are traced to the joint Indian Space Research Organization, Hydrometeorological Center of Russia agreements, which led to Indians such as Dr. Paramjit Singh Sehra joining the 17th Soviet Antarctic expedition of 1971-73. Antarctica holds scientific interest for global research projects due to a number of reasons: origin of continents, climate change, meteorology, and pollution. Now we have the 3 research stations. One is Dakshin Gangotri, which was built in 1983, and this was excavated, and after it was decommissioned in year 1990, after half of it got buried. And Maitri, the second settlement, which was put up in 1989, and Bharati, which is the recent one, the newest research station for oceanographic research, which collect evidence of continental breakup. And there's a lot which we would be asking from you and discussing, and from interaction you'll come to know. So that's it. This is the basic information for the students who had joined today. Without much delay, let's now start. We want to hear more from the team over there in the station. So once again, hello everyone. When I watched the session yesterday, the interaction, it was really thrilling, exciting for me as well. But the feeling which came to me, the first thing which had in my mind, "Arey, ye to Big Boss ka ghar hai." Did you think that? I mean, I don't know how many of you watched this. You watched this series, Big Boss ka ghar. It's like an isolation. I mean, you all have been put into some one common place, and then bahar to koi hai hi nahi. So, what is that feeling? Can you share some experience related to it? Am I audible?
Of course, you said
so Anoopji, your house,
yeah,
your house has been made into a Big Boss
like
house.
A Big Boss house. But only the one difference is that we have internet connection, so we are interacting with our family. Big Boss house, no interaction with the outside the world. So still, due to this internet connection, we are little relaxed from Big Boss house. But our Maitri station personally don't have internet connection, so some difficulties are there. But in our life here, it's a little bit enjoyable. Like we don't have any problem. We have communicate with the family and all. So somewhat it's very better than Big Boss house. Only the harsh condition outside is a little different. While going outside, yes.
Right.
So that's the only difference. Very nice working here and interacting with this all colleagues. It's like a single family.
Right. That's so nice to hear about it. And like we've been wanting to meet you all and like visit those places which you are going there. Thank you so much. So here we'll be having some session of Big Boss round 2. So the first question here is, you all might be working on different projects. So is it that you all arrived at the same time, or is it according to your projects that you reach the place?
No, actually arriving here, it's phase-based. This year, the 41st expedition, we reached in 4 batches. Depends on availability of flight, availability of settings. And this station is only permitted to around 47 people at summertime. So more than 47 people cannot be accommodated in this station. So while coming each batch, other team will relieve from here. So in a rotation base, we reached here now. Presently, we are wintering here 22 people. So now we have single accommodation. During the summer period, multi-accommodation is required. In a single room, 2 people will be accommodated. So phase-wise, we reached here. Even project-based also importance are there. Some of the projects should be started the summer, earlier of summer period. Basically here summer is November, December, January, February. These periods are the summer period here in Antarctica. So some of the projects should start at the beginning of a summer period, and that their priority will be there. That people will come first. Then later on stage, each team will come. Some of the overlapping also required. Some scientists will overlap. Even for example, IMD, myself from IIG, and these are ISRO people. So we have to be a overlap period is there. We have to train the new people to accommodate at this place. So these sort of things, everything should consider, and afterwards we are decided the phase-wise shifting. I think my answer is received your question.
Okay, is there any particular number of projects which is allowed in a particular year, or are you able to complete your projects in the given time if it's like summer months or whatever is that? I mean, or the winter months, if a project is being given, do you have to come back, or in that given time it's over, it gets over?
Yes, actually, madam, there is 2 components, summer and winter. We are actually wintering over here. We have a regular project. Our departments are from the beginning of this expedition. From 1981, meteorological department, geomagnetic observations, these were continued. ISRO were the first beginning at Bharati Station. So our project, it's an entire year, 365 days projects. But some other proposals will be there that is only possible during the summer period, where sunlights are feasible that time. So this project depends on some of the project will be continued 2 years, 3 years. So our project is continuously entire year, around the entire year we have to continue our project, and other projects depends. Some of the project will complete in a short period of 2 months or 3 months. Some of the project need to be continued after the next summer. So some of the scientists have returned back. They will come in the next year and they will continue from there they left.
Okay.
That's a basic idea here.
That's information. So I would want to know how many of you here out of the 22 people sitting there, how many of you have visited more than once? Is it have you all visited only once?
It's my 3rd time. As a leader, it's my 3rd time. Then
Myself, second.
He's a medical doctor, Dr. Pramod. He's in 2nd time. Then
Myself, Rahul, I am 2nd time here.
Okay.
One of other staff, Jitu, he also 3rd time.
4th time.
4th time. He's here 4th time.
Anupji, if I may, with Binduji's permission, just butt in. if we were to put curtains on your left-hand side,
Right.
then your room could qualify as a conference room of any city in India. So I was just wondering, is it possible for some? No, I didn't want you to put the curtains. It's okay. What I meant was, when people are watching all of you sitting in this hall by itself can actually qualify as a hall in any city, right? So is it possible for somebody to log in from another instrument which can show the outside, where people can get a feel of Antarctica somehow? If not today, maybe tomorrow or sometime, because people would really love to see you people in the typical natural surroundings over there. I don't know how feasible it would be. I leave that to you. But, even if somebody were to kind of...
Right, sir. Actually, this is... Yes. Actually, sir, the same thing we have discussed also. We have a limited bandwidth of communication. That's the major issue.
Okay.
We are taking internet through the ISRO. So this is satellite communications. We are using it with limited bandwidth. But tomorrow we will try to log in 2 PCs and one camera. Maybe we'll keep to showing outside. Even this time also we could show something. Can you show this? We will show you some locations outside this area.
Wow, it's really amazing.
Just rotate it.
Beautiful.
Can you make out the icebergs over there?
Icebergs, 2 PCs and
Icebergs as a frozen ocean.
Showing outside. Even this time also we could show something. Can you show this? We will show you some locations outside this area.
Wow, it's really amazing.
Just roll. There are some important points about this view. I will.
Can you make out the icebergs over there?
What you are saying is
Icebergs as a frozen ocean.
yeah. Showing outside. This time also we could show. Can you show that? We will show that size. Location outside.
Wow.
This one. There are some important points about this view. I will. Come. Can you? This view you are saying it's a summer period.
Okay.
So within 1 month, this entire rocky area will be covered with ice. So this we call it a summer period. So during this summer period, now this sea also melted. So just within a month, this entire sea also will be froze and this entire area will be covered with ice. So winter period, it will be very tough to see outside also when blizzards will be there, climate conditions will be very bad outside. So now this is the good condition of weather now. So that's why you could see this entire area. Later stage, within 1 month, 2 months, this entire area will be covered with ice. So this is a summer view. This is only visible during this 1 or 2 months. Afterwards, it will be covered with ice. Everywhere white. So we call it a white desert.
Okay, that's so beautiful. Good. Okay, so well, you said that some of you were the leaders and all. I mean, it's like more than 3 times you came as leader. So what is the criteria for being? I mean, well, when choosing a team leader, how is it being selected? Is it the experience or
there is a correction? There is a correction. I'm first time as a leader. 2 times I came as a member only.
Okay.
So while considering a leader, first priority will be based on the experience. So other than experience, there should be a nomination from the department. Once the leader selection is the procedure from the department base, they will nominate. Means my director has nominated me to NCPR and then Ministry of Earth Science for a leadership. So after this nomination, a number of candidates will be sorted out. Afterwards, there will be an interview will be conducted at Ministry of Earth Science. After that final interview, they have decided these are the people selected for the leadership. So much even experience is the primary matter. More than senior members also will be coming for this expedition. But experience matter, and that person will be the leader. So
Okay.
many senior scientists will be with me, but leadership will get based on the experience.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I just wanted to know when the projects have been selected. What is the procedure in selecting these projects, and which project will be selected and who will be sent? So, what is the procedure? Can you brief it?
Yes, actually, madam, this sort of answer can be say from the NCPR department. In every department, basic idea I can give. Every department there is a research advisory committee. So leading with many major senior scientist people will be there from different organizations will be there. So whenever this every year this Antarctica projects number of applications will be accepting. After where
Maybe some.
I think we've lost them. They should be logging in again shortly. But let's ask them more about the kind of research they are doing and
Yeah,
you know,
yes, yes.
what.
So we have some children also would be asking them.
Yeah.
It's like everyone being curious to know about how things, what researchers and what are ways to reach this place. I mean, which projects are being, is it based on the kind of requirement, the need of our, like we just say that we want to know about global change, or is it?
Yeah, because you know the team over there, I don't think they would be competent enough to answer questions on processes, because the processes are all formed by the ministry here and by the respective institutions. So that has got nothing to do with Antarctica per se. But when the team is selected and then they go there, it would be very interesting to find out that since they have gone there for research, obviously they're sitting in a very air-conditioned, cozy hall and talking to us. But how does their typical research day unravel? I mean, do they really need to go out, and what are the kind of activities they need to perform out in the cold, and how do they do it during the winter months? It becomes very interesting. So let's just wait for them to come back. I'm sure they'll rejoin.
Yeah, the challenges which we are seeing, which would see that the beautiful scene which is shown us, but then there would be a lot of challenges also which they might be facing.
Correct. So let's ask them more about their research life over there. What kind of life they have.
Yes.
Do they only work in the labs within the premises, or do they actually venture out and walk in the snow? Maybe or how far from the Bharati Station are they allowed to go out? You know, because it's all risky, I'm sure. So the risk factors, etc. It would be very interesting. So till such time, let's have some quick feedback from a couple of students. Anybody wants to comment?
I think they should be, in the chat or...
Let's unmute. Mishka Malhotra, you have something to say?
Mishka, you can unmute and speak.
Yes, sir. First of all, I just love having all the sessions of Engage with Science. I don't miss any of them. They are so interesting, and always I get to learn something new. And like for this Antarctic session, I was sitting in the class and Miss Bindu ma'am just told that we are going to get a chance to interact with the people or with the Bharati Station which is there in Antarctica, and I was very excited, and I told her that I will also like just get an time for interaction, and the sites which are over here are super, and like I just want to go over there. When like I was just looking at the sites, the iceberg, and it was superb.
Wonderful. So you can check with your parents and we will confirm your ticket.
Right.
Okay. Thank you, Mishka.
Anyone else would want to give a feedback? Aditi, do you want to give a feedback? Okay, these children actually they're participating and they were all excited to know about and a
Right.
lot of questions going on. The classes also the
I
discussion.
can see a lot of people from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Government College. Can somebody come and unmute and speak to us, please? Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Government College. Please unmute.
Hello.
Yes, please. Can you please tell us where are you from and how many people?
Dr. Bhagwanji is principal of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Government College from Silvassa. Actually,
Silvassa,
our students
okay.
are sitting and seeing everything, watching the videos.
Wonderful.
So I would like to ask one question from my side. Our students are interested to know what are the atmosphere in Antarctica now and what is the research arrangement there.
Okay, that's a good question. Binduji will note the question.
Watch this and listen because the new place and the new environment there. So that would be learning for all of them.
Wonderful, wonderful. How many people, sir, from your end?
200 students are sitting in this class.
Wonderful, wonderful. Great stuff.
Yes, sir.
Great stuff. So we'll definitely ask this question to the team. And they have logged in again.
So can you repeat the question? Yes.
Actually, madam, we want to know that because Antarctica is a new environment there, a difficult environment there. So what is the actual environment and what are the research there and how they carry the research there in the difficult environment there?
Okay.
This is a common question for all of us.
Yeah, that's there.
Thank you.
Okay, Anupji, welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Unmute, please.
Okay, so we had a lot of discussions once we had seen that size
Welcome
and
back,
surrounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Binduji,
Okay.
carry on.
Yes. Sir. So we want to know that.
From our side. Yeah. Please
Okay.
continue.
Yeah.
What is? We have heard about the firefighting training. Why is it needed here?
Right. I think instead of answering by myself, I will share with someone else.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Station engineer.
We would also love to
Hello,
hear
everyone.
some female voices. There are two of the ladies over there in the front row.
Of course,
They can talk as well.
all my colleagues. Yes.
Yeah, we should. We
Hello
could
everyone,
encourage
myself.
Beti padhao, beti bachao, beti ko
I
Antarctica
am
bhej-
Right.
Okay, carry on, please.
Yeah, my name is Mohil. I am station engineer. As a firefighting question, यहाँ आने से पहले ही गोवा में जब हम एनसीपीआरओ को रिपोर्ट करते हैं, जब टीम यहाँ पे आने के लिए प्रिपरेशन चलता है, ट्रेनिंग इंडक्शन रहता है, तभी वहाँ पे ट्रेनिंग फायर फाइटिंग के लिए भी अरेंज किया जाता है. वहाँ पे रिलेटेड टू शिप, जो शिप में फायर फाइटिंग का ट्रेनिंग जरूरी है, वैसा ट्रेनिंग वहाँ पे हमें दिया जाता है, क्योंकि जैसे ये कंडीशन यहाँ पे रिमोट एरिया है, तो ये भी सिमिलर टू शिप ही रहेगा, क्योंकि यहाँ पे इंस्टेंटली कोई भी मदद नहीं आ सकती. तो प्रिपरेशन शुड बी गुड. वी हैव लॉट ऑफ फायर ड्रिल्स. हमारे यहाँ पे फायर टीम्स भी हमने बना के रखी है. फॉर एग्जांपल इन फायर ड्रिल्स हम तैयारी करते हैं कि अगर कहाँ पे फायर आया या फिर कोई इंसिडेंट हो तो उसे कौन सी टीम कब टैकल करेगी. तो एज अ बैकअप यहाँ पे समर कैंप बोल के एक जगह है हमारी, तो और दैट इज अ बैकअप. इफ एनी इंसिडेंट हैपन और हमें स्टेशन अबेंडन करना पड़ा, तो फिर हम समर कैंप में जाके वहाँ पे हमने सब फूड सप्लाई, मेडिसिन सब वहाँ पे अवेलेबल है. उसके बाद हमारे यहाँ पे सिस्टम्स भी है फायर फाइटिंग के लिए. 3 इंस्टॉल है. फायर अलार्म सिस्टम है, फायर फाइटिंग है और स्मोक डिटेक्शन सिस्टम है. सो फायर इज एक्सेप्ट किचन, कहीं पे भी यहाँ पे फायर अलाउ नहीं है इनसाइड द स्टेशन एंड नॉट आउटसाइड आल्सो. हम कहीं बाहर हो, क्योंकि यहाँ पे फ्यूल पूरे साल का फ्यूल भी हमें यहाँ पे स्टोर करके रखना पड़ता है फॉर पावर जनरेशन. तो वो बहुत ही क्रिटिकल एरिया है. तो appropriate actions have been taken.
Okay, so thank you so
I
much.
think answer is very clear. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what are other challenges which you, or the risks which you face there in Antarctica. We got for working, and also what are other risks?
I think this answer can be medical doctor can be shared this thing.
Yeah, I think just to clarify Binduji's question a little more, what people are very curious
Right.
to know that, since all of you as a whole in general you are a research team, right? So I'm sure
Right.
you have a lab atmosphere indoor, but apart from the lab atmosphere indoor, what is the protocol about venturing out in the open, and how far are you permitted to go from the Bharati station? Are there any risk advisories given to the members that you cannot go beyond this or you cannot go to that area, etc.? So we would love to know all that. Like we go to the market, for us, it's very simple. Open the door, get out of the house and walk down to the market, do whatever. Since you have limitations, how do those limitations work? That is what.
Yes, actually, there are many protocols we need to follow. While going out, we should be very care about our entire body. We have to cover with the protective layers. Generally, we use inner layer, middle layer, then outer layer. The special material cloth we are using. So other than that, if we are going out, we will be facing many of the problems like hypothermia or frostbite like things. So then restrictions are there. Many places are very risky. We should not be allowed to go there. When scientific community, there are some protected areas, especially management area.
I think we've lost them again.
Yeah, maybe I think that it's yeah.
Anybody else who wants to come in and give some feedback right now? Please type in the chat box and we'll unmute you. Neha ji, you have something to say? Unmute.
Hello, sir.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. The session is going really great. And I discussed this with my students out there at the school, and all those students, they wanted to ask me कि उनकी रात कैसी होती है, how do they visualize, मतलब क्योंकि वो घर में बैठे हुए थे और सोच रहे थे कि वहां दिन कैसा होता है, तो मैंने उनको थोड़े से वो पिक्स दिखाए जो स्क्रीनशॉट्स लिए थे, और YouTube लिंक वाला भी day 1 का, and they wanted to see a glimpse of the night. So I was about to type in the chat box कि can we ask the team there at Bharati Station कि वो एक छोटी सी वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करके हमें दिखाएं कि how does the atmosphere look, या moon या stars, मतलब क्योंकि कल वो बता भी रहे थे कि बहुत प्योर ऑक्सीजन वो लोग ले रहे हैं वहां पे. सो बच्चे बहुत इंक्विजिटिव थे इसके बारे में जानने के लिए सर.
तो दिल्ली वालों को तो अंटार्कटिका भेजना ही चाहिए ना फिर तो.
जी बिल्कुल सर. एक ट्रिप हमारा होना चाहिए.
Yeah, Bindu, you can request them to maybe shoot some short little videos of the night and show us tomorrow, just so that we can get a feel. They can share the video on Zoom, and maybe tomorrow or day after it can happen. So we could request them.
Yes, definitely, sir.
Anybody else who wants to come in with a feedback?
Shreyasi, would you want to say something? Yeah, she unmute. She wants to be admitted. Shreyasi. Okay, you can unmute and speak.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir.
Hello.
So I have attended many of the sessions of India Science, and engaged with science, and all of them and the ones I attended was so informative and entertaining, and I got to know so much more about the topics. I had never imagined I would learn this much. So it was really informative and really interesting to watch the sessions and asking the questions in person with these people is such. I feel so happy when I ask these questions face to face with them. I really love these sessions.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Anyone who wants to ask, they can type in the chat also.
Anybody from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam College who wants to talk? Anybody in the backbenches, students, if you want to come up to the camera and talk to us?
Okay, Aditi is saying she wants to say something. Aditi
Okay, here is, yes, ma'am. Somebody has just come up to the camera. in APJ Abdul Kalam Government College, Silvassa? Yes, ma'am, if you'll have to sit down, otherwise you won't be visible. Yes, please. You'll have to unmute yourself, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
This is Dr. Sonia Brady from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam College. We had a lot of students from the UT of DMH. Probably they would be eager to know how they could reach out there. Because in Antarctica, I think we have a lot of research bases, right? Dakshin Gangotri, Bharati and all. So is there any possibility that these students can also go there, have a sneak peek or through summer internship? Is there any possibilities there?
Wow, summer internship for students in Antarctica. What a great idea.
If it is so, we would be glad to have them there.
Okay, you really think parents are going to send their children?
Of course,
Do you mean parents should, or you think parents should get a free ticket as well? Okay, Anup and team are back. They are just logging in. Binduji, you can take over. We'll definitely ask them if there is a possibility.
Okay, so I think today we are having some connectivity problem, isn't it? The next question, sir, actually, I mean, it's from the students are here. So I would want Yukti to present a question. Please ask your question, beta. Yukti? Yukti Single, please unmute.
Yukti, please unmute. Yes, go ahead, Yukti. So Yukti is a student from Cambridge School, Noida. She wants to ask all of you a question. Go ahead, Yukti. You have to unmute yourself.
You having any problem? Okay.
Go ahead.
Yes, audible.
Yes, ma'am, it was showing some glitches. Good evening, sir and ma'am. My question for today is like, how does marine pollution affect Antarctica? Are there any automatic machines for cleaning the water time to time, as there is very less population there?
You're on mute, Anup.
Keep yourself, Anup.
To unmute.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right. Can you please repeat the question?
Can you repeat the question, beta? Yukti?
You have to unmute, Yukti.
Ma'am, it is showing that host has just my question was, how does marine pollution affect Antarctica? Are there any automatic machines for cleaning the water, as there is very less population there?
Marine pollution. Okay.
Regarding this question, anyone would like to answer? Pollution related. Yeah, this one of my engineer from the station. He will answer to this question.
Hello everyone. I am Rahul Mohan. I am a station engineer over here, and I am a chemical engineer. So, Yukti, as you know that the marine life is very huge. So it is not possible over here to have any machine to filter the water and do it. But we have a desalination of seawater plant over here that is called reverse osmosis plant, so that we can take that water from the sea and use it for drinking purpose.
We are using seawater for drinking here.
Okay. So that's a new. I mean, is it not very costly? I mean, the equipments and all for the desalination. That's what I've heard of.
Yes, it is a very costly process, and as per as you already talk about the Antarctic Treaty, so here we have lakes nearby, but we can't take water from it. So we need to take water from sea only, so that after that treating from in a reverse osmosis plant only, we can use that. As you know that the salinity of sea water is very huge. So after treating in a reverse osmosis plant, we can use it for drinking purpose and for other purposes too.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And we already have spares and all regarding the plants, so that we will maintain the station, we will maintain the whole plant and all.
Okay. Is there like normal? We have the sweeping, mopping also done. The water being used in, I mean, cleaning and all. How is it? How is the life in the Bharati Station? I would want to know from you the daily life. Something, can you share something about it?
Once again, I will share with any of my colleagues. Would you like to answer this question? Yeah.
So I'm Gunjan. So sweeping, mopping, we have duties divided. So we are 22 people here. So every week we have a duty roster. We are assigned an area that we have to look after, sweeping, mopping, whatever is necessary. And since it is our station, it is our duty to maintain the hygiene and cleanliness. And over 10 years, we have been able to maintain the standards that were set initially. So annual cleaning is also done, deep cleaning is also done. That is done by both summer and winter members, as and when required.
Someone among you who feel that, "Arey, kaam kya kaam hai, nahi karna hai." Any that kind of feeling is there?
हम नहीं करेंगे तो और कौन करने आएगा मैम?
Laziness. अरे ये क्या काम है? No, we don't want to do that. Someone is there in the group who would want to put this duty to somebody else?
No.
Okay, so
I think
we have a dedicated duty.
I think one very important question that people I think are going to be most inquisitive. What do you guys have for breakfast, by the way?
You will be asking this.
And also do you have the luxury of farmaishi breakfast, or is it like shoved down your throat, bas khalo nahi to bhuke raho types?
Hi, I'm Dr. Mahmood. We have a team of people who will plan the menu, and usually we plan the menu for a week, out of 2 weeks. Okay. So every 2 weeks the menu change. We have a discussion, and we basically are from many parts of India. So many people like to have a different kind of breakfast. So South Indian cuisine hai, North Indian cuisine hai there. Whatever you want is available here. And experienced chef is there, and 2 persons will be assisting the chef in making the dishes. So anything.
No, but do give us some examples, sir. Breakfast mein kya khate?
So,
we really want to know.
So today, if you want the breakfast, today we had waffles, we had pancakes, and then we had fresh fruits. Yesterday we had poha.
Okay.
Then day before, idli was there, dosha was there, aloo paratha was there.
I'll tell you why this question becomes very important for the entire audience, because in today's India, when people ask us about food, before telling us the dish, they say, what did they actually order from Swiggy or Zomato, which you people don't have the advantage. So, which is why what you cooked for breakfast or lunch or dinner becomes very important. And what about comfort food and fast food? I mean, apart from breakfast, lunch and dinner, I am sure sometimes there will be mood swings where you would love to have something to munch. What are the options available in the menu card?
There is, of course, chocolates are there, ice cream is there, desserts, rasagulla, French fries, nuggets are there. So, the provisions are provided through the entire year. It's stored. So every year the new provisions come. So according to our requirements, the next year, जो हम मांगेगा वो मिलेगा.
Wow. Binduji, you can suggest the list, because somebody was just asking if you people can take in school students as interns in Antarctica.
I thought you were sending me. इसलिए तुम मुझे भेजोगे, मैंने तो ये सोचा. Okay. Okay. So, we have a next question from Shreyasi.
Yeah, Anupji was saying something. Go ahead,
Sorry,
Anup.
Anupji, sir, please.
There are some clarification and some doubt to be clear. Amara fresh food, where Amara generally we will get in the summer month, means fruit, fresh vegetables, fruits. That's limited for a period of summer period, because that time only transportations are feasible. So during the transportation time only we will get the fresh foods and fruits like eating. Later stage, after 3-4 months, fresh food will be exhausted, then the remaining frozen food we need to use. So after 3-4 months, that fresh vegetables and fresh fruits will not be there. So that's the only period we are in a little bit trouble, but frozen foods we are using that time.
So that means people who are used to ordering and receiving stuff in 10 minutes and half an hour should get used to receiving it in 6 months. Good.
Okay. So can we have Shreyasi for the next question? Yes.
Yeah, Shreyasi, go ahead. Please unmute yourself. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, sir, I'm from Cambridge School, Noida. So, sir, I have 2 questions that I want to ask, sir. One of them is like being in that space, sir, with a certain amount of people, sir, does it affect your physical or mental health in any way? And another question is, sir, why is the Astronomical Unit of India so interested in Antarctica?
This first medical related question, I would like to answer by a doctor. Doctor, can you please?
Hi, Shreyasi.
Hello, sir.
Hi, here, Dr. Shinoj here. So, you have asked a question that we are basically staying in a very enclosed space. We are 22 members over here. And the physical and mental health can be affected when people are living in an enclosed space. But here, we do have a lot of recreational kind of activities, and we actually get into our own work. Plus, there are a lot of work that we are supposed to do, which are assigned to us as a part of this team. So we actually engage ourselves in those activities and make ourselves busy. And of course, we also try to build a very good interpersonal relationship so that our psychological well-being is always maintained throughout the year. That is what we expected. But nevertheless,
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, but sometimes the stress gets, sometimes it might happen that the stress gets too overwhelming. How do you all deal with it?
First of all, like you've asked a very valid question. We are in a very enclosed space. The climate is very harsh over here. You cannot just go out and meet your friends or just be in your comfort zone always. But actually, this is a kind of a process. When we are getting selected to Antarctica, you know that this is gonna happen. You will be in a place like this. So many of us, actually not many of us, almost all of us are mentally almost expecting that this has to happen, like this will happen, and we are being trained to like that. And we also undergo a thorough checkup in all of the Institute of Medical Science, AIMS, all our body parameters, including investigations, all have been checked, and including the psychological evaluation also is done. So we have gone through all those kind of tests, and after clearing all those things, we have come here. Before coming here, there is something called acclimatization program, and that actually was held in Auli, Uttarakhand. So we basically evaluate physical fitness and also our teamwork, how we gel with the team. So all those things actually counts here. So these are things like which basically train us how to cope up this situation and how to deal the things in a much better way. But still, things can happen. So we have a medical team also here. I myself, Dr. Shinoj, Dr. Pramod is here. We have a nursing staff, Naresh Kumar. So we also actually, help people if at all anything things happen.
Okay, Dr. Shinoj, I'd like to add a few points. Shreya, this is Dr. Pramod here. See, every 15 days, we will be evaluating the mental fitness as well as the physical fitness of each and every member of the team. Okay. And if at all we find any issues, We are trained to give them the proper counseling, and if needed, proper medications and everything we can do. Okay, we are trained for that. We'll be finding out if any problem arises, and we are trained to do encounter such problems. Is it clear?
To deal with the problems. Yeah, it's already, they're already fit. Training is being, they get all this kind of trainings when they before they come to Antarctica. That's what sir is saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Another question from Aditi Parihar, something related to Israel. Yeah, Aditi, can you unmute yourself, child?
Sure, madam. There was some more question. She was
Second question.
Astronomical observation later something.
Yes.
Anyone would like to, when ISRO people are interested to answer this. So basically, these ISRO people are here. Basically, we don't have using these astronomical observations. We don't have any astronomical observatory here. In my knowledge, actually, Amundsen Scott, there is a astronomical telescope is there. South Pole telescope is there. So they are taking some observations in astronomy from there. Comparing with the mid area or tropical area, Antarctica, there are two conditions. This vast climate condition will be difficult for a astronomical observatory to set up. But still, atmosphere is in the lower layer. Here, astronomical observations are good. But in Indian side, we are very limited with this astronomical observation.
We also have a telescope here, but that is not in a very good working condition. But still, since there is no pollution in this area, it is during night, it is very clear to see stars, and sometimes you can even see satellites passing by and the International Space Station. So for recreation, using that telescope and doing some astrophotography is a good thing to take up in the winter.
Okay, that comes with Neha ma'am's question, like they wanted a video related to the night sky. I mean, they want a video for, if you can take a video of how the night looks there. So that they want to show it to the students. There is a request from.
Yes, so tomorrow, day after, whenever Anupji, if any one of you can just click a short little video of the outside, view, daytime, nighttime, etc. Maybe you can share it on Zoom, and maybe we can have a look. That would be much easier, as per your convenience.
The problem is that we don't have proper nights as of now because we are in the summer period. We have just passed the polar day, which was all days were 24 hours. We have sunlight, and now we have sunsets, but the nights are not as dark as you would expect now because the duration is very less for nights. So during the winter, we'll have proper nights, in the sense the outside world will be dark enough for night photography and auroras.
I mean, that brings me to a question, by the way. If you don't have dark nights, how do you sleep?
Further, we have to create artificial darkness by covering curtains over our rooms. And also sometimes we have to use our bed sheets as a curtain. There is no options here. Why? Because the polar days, which are very longer as compared to any other part of our mainland, here we have continuous daylight for 2 to 3 months. Means here we are having 64 days of day. So then there will be no night. You have to sleep in day and you have to wake up in day. You have to work in day. Everything, it will be day. There will be no darkness. After maybe a little bit 40 to 45 to 50 days, there may be some partial darkness. So that was the period.
But in our living modules, we have a window. If you just close the curtain, it is pitch dark inside the room. So that is good to sleep.
Talking of night and day and everything, just to ask a very realistic question, do you people have a concept of a casual leave?
No.
No. So 24 hours.
No bunking from duty.
Actually, sir, regarding that video also, I would like to inform you the one thing. I will talk with our department NCPOR and would like to arrange some videos for you.
Wonderful. That would be great.
That would be nice. Okay. Moving on to the next question from Aditi. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, Aditi, go ahead.
My name is Aditi and I'm from Cambridge School, Noida. And it's a great pleasure for me to ask question and be here. The more I hear, the more questions I have in my mind. One of them are, what is the role of ISRO scientists in Antarctica and what kind of work they do there?
Two scientists are from ISRO. Either of them will answer to this question.
So, hi Aditi. So myself, I'm Adilika. So I'm here on behalf of ISRO. We are a team of 4. So basically, our work here, if you look at ISRO here, it's basically a data reception center. We receive the images that satellites take. So we receive that data here, and that data, we basically have 3 antennas here. So that data which we receive here will be relayed back to the stations where they work on the data that we receive. That's one primary job. And the second job that we do here is we also provide a link for, we also provide a way through which we are able to send some commands to the satellite. That's another major job for us here. And through the communication antenna with which we are using to send the data that we receive here to the stations in mainland, is the same antenna that we are able to use for the internet that we are using in the station. So,
and we also provide launch vehicle support and early orbit support. Recently on 14th Feb, there was PSLV C-52 launch. So we supported that. Actually, after it tracks from India, there is no data coming from it being received in any other station. So when stage 4 is completed, the PSLV is just above Antarctica. So that time we track it. So whenever you see trajectory, actual trajectory, how it is going, that information is provided by our ground station. And the 2 satellites that were launched, EOS and NanoSat, we also tracked them. We are still tracking them and receiving their data and providing to the mainland.
That's great. I just read about the 14th February one.
Okay. Okay, so there are so many questions here. So next we'll just go on. The next question, Mishka, can you ask your question to the team? Mishka Malhotra. You can unmute yourself.
You'll have to unmute yourself.
Hello everyone, I am Mishka Malhotra from Cambridge School, Noida, and my question is that Antarctica expedition in earlier times was in research of resources. So what kind of resources are found?
Anyone would like to answer this question? Okay. Basically, there are we have started from 1981, more than 40 years of what we are doing. So during the resources, in the sense, what do you mean by any minerals or like that? It's not at all allowed. Only we could come here for only with the purpose of scientific. And yesterday also we talked about the Antarctica Treaty. So as per the rule from the protocols from Antarctica Treaty, it's Antarctica land only for the purpose of peace and scientific activities. Even military activities are not allowed. Other than scientific, we are not allowed to explore any minerals. So whatever works we are doing here only for the purpose of scientific. So other than scientific, nothing is allowed. So this type of explorations are not allowed. But whatever work we are doing, this recent studies for this biological observations, sediment sample collecting, these sort of all work only for the mean for scientific work only. So whatever work or samples we are collecting, geological samples or biological samples, that will only for going for the purpose of scientific activity. So mineral exploration like things are not allowed.
Okay. So when you said that you have the samples being collected, is it like can you take the samples from Antarctica to your mainland?
Of course. Yes, madam. Actually, that is one of the major activities going on here. So this proper activities based on the protocols and permission. The number of samples are limited. Basically, in scientific term, Antarctica special protected area is there. Antarctica special managed area is there. Even Antarctica special protected area, no one can be entered without any permission. So from the Ministry of Earth Science, the proper channel, they need to take the permission, and the number of samples are also limited. So Antarctica special protected area, no one can enter in and take samples from there without the proper permission and official procedure. So there are many scientific reasons. If someone is collecting the sample, they should be continually next year also collecting the sample. So someone is going inside and damaging the area, it will be this is not a good procedure. So these are the protocols we have to follow here. So these are.
So usually the different kinds of samples that are taken from here is, one is ice core sample, then the lake sediment samples, then the rock samples. So these are the samples that usually the scientists take from here regarding the respective areas of projects.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay, fine. So I think your answer has been, I mean, your question has been answered, Mishka. We have another question from Madhav. Madhav, can you unmute yourself? Please unmute yourself.
So hello everyone, and I'm Madhav, and I'm a student of Cambridge School, Noida. So my question to you guys is that, like, what have you done some recent researches in the center, like some kind of new research or something?
I mean, the accomplishments have these days, yeah.
Hi everyone. Hi, Madhav. I'm Pankaj from India Meteorological Department. So here, various fields of research are being conducted, like geological exploration of the nearby ice shelf and the Bharati Islands of the and the Larseman Hills. So our geologists have collected recently the samples of the from this area because of the project where we are trying to link India with the Eastern Antarctica, this area. Other than that, we have done some, we are proceeding with some oceanographic research. We are trying to measure the turbulence of the Prince Bay, which we have seen outside. And other than that, some meteorological researchers are also there, where this is a long-term process where we are trying to study the climate change and all. And of course, biological researchers are also there, where our scientists who recently completed the summer project, they collected the samples from the lakes, where they're trying to study the lakes and the alga forms, which are sediments which are available, which are existing there. And of course, recently our seismological observatory was also installed, which will give some results in recent next 5 to 10 years.
There's lots of accomplishment being done. Mother, hope you have got the answer for your query. Okay, before we wind up, I just want to know, I mean, the person who sings, a bathroom singer or some way for the entertainer, someone who can sing few lines for us. We would want a singer, scientist singer.
Yeah, who's the best entertainer scientist among you all?
Who would be humming some? No, we are not going to judge you. We are equally safe, so one of you can sing for us.
Actually, madam, these are the beginning period. While the end of this expedition, many people will be singers and dancers. So
but it's already some months gone, no? So you can. It can be together also if you don't want to sing.
So what is the Anupji? What is the favorite song in Antarctica?
Yeah.
Right now, this actually just we are coming out from the major scientific activities. So while winter period will start, we will be inside the station and we'll start with some other entertainment procedure. So for the last 2 months, we were very busy with these activities of different type of different organizations came here. So their activities are just completed, and we have a regular scientific team only continuing here. So slowly, winter period will start. Outside the light will go. So entire dark period will come. Then we will start our entertainment.
So it would certainly not be. It would certainly not be thande pani se nahana chahiye, right?
So I have one song here. Let us find out if they can find it or not. This is the English translation, and I believe that you might be, you have to convert it Hindi and then you have to find the song, okay? Because it's the evening time. One hot teacup and somebody to serve it. I'll repeat. One hot teacup and somebody to serve it. This is the English translation. If you can convert and sing, it's fine.
Okay, we have neighbors who found out which one it is.
Chai ki yaad aa rahi hai na. That's nice. So anybody who would want to sing 2 lines?
Just one more. This one. Actually, basically, we are from all over India. I am basically from South India, so this Hindi translation is
You can
different.
sing some Tamil,
For him,
whatever area you
yeah.
are.
He's from Rajasthan. He's an entertaining person. He can sing, dance.
Definitely. One
Scientist
song
from
and then we
meteorology.
find.
Okay, just a few lines.
Yeah, our Dr.
So since
Okay,
we
there
are
you-
all here from multiple like from various different parts of India here, so I would just say, "Mile sur mera tumhara, to sur bane hamara." So it's very happy actually sitting me being here, and we all are being here, and so like to talk to you people also, showing so much keen interest actually to know what actually we are doing here in Antarctica.
Wonderful, wonderful,
So
great
well.
session.
That's so nice, isn't it? So, shall we?
Yeah. So great session today. Thank you all, Anup ji and the entire team over there in Antarctica. Warm thank you to all of you. We will be back with you tomorrow again at 4 o'clock Indian Standard Time for yet another session with a lot more audience tomorrow. And people are actually finding time for any one of the days because it's exam season over here. But great stuff tomorrow. And if we can get some short little videos of the day, of the night, whatever variety we can show the audience, that would be great. So let's all end up today's session and rise for the national anthem, please.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you so much. Thank you once again. So, namaskar, and we will see you tomorrow again.
ये मैडम रमी की डॉन है।